Ooh.
So
Oh my goodness. Because it's a
yeah,
ball
ball joint,
joint, right?
hard impact. So they gotta use force and
Oof.
maneuver and manipulate that femur back in that pelvic bone somehow to make it
Ouch.
work. And unfortunately, it was just I'm not a neglectful motorcyclist. I ride safe. I was hit both incidences by careless drivers in their vehicle, in their car, hit me. So, not trying to validate anything now,
Mm.
but life is dangerous. You could be just running along the side, walking your dog, and then, call me accident prone or whatever, but that's about enough for now. It really, uh, really, my body's had a lot of miles on. So with those several accidents, and the big one, the climbing accident, I'm in a lot of pain a lot of the time. Spine has fused. I have
Hmm.
fused arthritic vertebra in my neck too from my posture. I'm a tall 6'5" gentleman,
Mm.
weighing about a 185, slim, slender, muscular cyclist build. And I slouch, the world is not made for somebody my height, which really sucks. When you're a computer guy working on a bench or at a bank or a sink doing dishes, I'm always slouching, crouched over, and my posture has failed
Mm.
because of that, because of also my injuries in my ankles and legs. So I don't carry myself the best, but I do what I can, and manage, good health with
Wow.
good eating. I did yoga today for an hour, and then either bicycle rides. If I can get in about 400 kilometers a week is about average when I'm really in top notch shape. But for the most part, I'll do about 1 to 2 or 300 kilometers a week, bicycling, road cycling.
Wow. So I know that a century, 100 kilometers is
Yeah,
quite a long
yeah, that's
ride. You can do
oh
those
yeah.
on the weekend,
Century is
a
a
single
4 hour
ride
ride.
for 100
Your
kilometers?
average cyclist, elite cyclist, can ride 25 kilometers an hour. That's 4 hours nonstop.
Wow. That's something I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think I ever did. I biked from
Oh
Victoria to
yeah, that's a good
Nanaimo,
run.
um, and
The
back again the
Malahat.
next
Yeah,
day.
that's touring
But
though. Touring's different than
yeah,
tr- performance road cycling training rides. So
right.
you probably took
Yeah.
maybe a 6 hour day to do 100K, which is fine. That's good for any average cyclist that can just ride that and get up those hills. BC is full of wonderful roads to ride and hilly mountain at tundra that are good, makes it good for cycling. A lot of dynamic environments from flats to descents and
Hmm.
ascents of all sorts, especially on the island, which is where I miss riding the most,
Hmm.
around Foul Bay, I guess, in down in
Yep.
Yuvik and the
Yep.
Malahat and Souk and everywhere around that way. I miss
Wow.
those rides, and the beauty of BC.
That's Vancouver
Yeah,
Island,
that's
BC.
Vancouver Island, BC.
Yeah.
So,
To keep up to an average speed of say 30 kilometers an hour is very difficult. I
oh
did
yeah,
try
yeah,
that
that's hard for a
um,
lot of people.
along Foul
Yeah,
Bay. Yeah. So you're averaging 20 kilometers per hour over 100
100 kilometer ride.
kilometers
Yeah.
day. So is it 20-kilometer
20,
average that
25
you?
is average. Yeah. Because you're ascending,
Okay.
descending, but I can ride probably about 24 right now in my current state. I'm about 180, 190-pound cyclist. I'm 49 years old. I've been cycling and road riding and racing and commuting and touring for nearly 38 years now. So I've got a good spin. I ride with good form. I ride with clip-in pedals and shoes.
Hmm.
So I ride efficiently. I don't have much on me, but my lycra spandex cycling gear and a nice little foam helmet and good cycling gloves and good shorts. So you're able to last the 4 to 5, 6 hour road rides and bang out 120
Hmm.
kilometer rides on a Saturday is my usual. Yeah.
Wow.
No
And you have no
pain.
pain
No,
at
nothing
all.
in my legs. Just
Okay.
heart. Heart is involved in cycling. I think part of the surgery that my doctors found when they opened me up on the operating floor or table in Vancouver, they're
Hmm.
like, this guy's heart is full of all bicycles. What is up with this guy? He loves cycling. So yeah,
That's great.
part of yeah.
Wow. So interesting story. And so we're now in 2022. We're headed
Jeez.
into potential recession. We had the
Oh
COVID
my God.
crisis. There's a lot of government spending. And what are your what do you think you're going to be doing over?
Oh,
next few years in the future?
oh,
Do you have any plans at all, or is it just enjoying yourself?
this is a very, very good question. And like I said, when this question has arisen amongst friends or family or even job interviews, I just want to live my best life and love and laugh. And
Hmm.
when you open that book, what my crystal ball, my book is filled with, my life is just continue to eat healthy, ride a lot, both pedal and motorcycles, and travel and work hard and play hard, harder than I work. So I love to tour by
Right.
motorcycle. Every year I usually go to Vegas or Los Angeles or Phoenix because I live a few hours away drive, so it's really nice in the desert climate to get on the motorcycle. A couple weeks ago, I visited my sister in LA, took the Harley Davidson motorcycle up there, and those are all just components of my life, just to make it the best ever after what I've been through and what I've suffered. I do look forward to my annual trip to BC, back somewhere between Caslo and Victoria, and visit friends and enjoy the maple syrup there, the Canada Goose, maybe some cheesecake somewhere in Granville Island, and or maybe a hockey game if it's hockey season in the stadium to watch the Canucks or something. And just, I'm single, I have no
Hmm.
kids, no wife, no mortgage, no business, no problem. I just have the open road ahead of me to work, in IT, which is what I like to do as a support IT engineer, and just keep doing what I'm doing. So I know that other people may have bigger ambitions, and I had them at times when I was before my injuries. And unfortunately, they come to an end. So you have to come up with something better. And I guess something better to me is
Hmm.
just live my best life from day to day with the least amount of pain that I can with the activities I choose to
Right.
do. So,
Hmm. Well, it's fascinating because I think the accident early on um, changed your life in terms of trying to make the best of things. And when I compare it to my life, I think you've just done so
oh
much
no, I don't
more. I
know.
mean, uh, I'm just kind of a wage snob
No,
here.
I don't know. You can't,
So,
and Seppel, I know we've known each other since the 80s, and you can't compare one to the other. It's like comparing potatoes to bike parts. So, yeah, I was ambitious 20 or teenager at the time, wanting to be a pro skier, downhill Olympic level. And then that kind of faded in the
mhm.
late 80s, but found a deeper passion to be a cyclist and wanted to eventually ride the Tour de France. And unfortunately, after racing at the elite level, national, international levels between 1990 and 1995, I was getting up there, nipping at the heels of current riders that were going on to world championships, World Cup, the Olympics, and even the Tour de France. I never had
Mm.
my chance because
Wow.
obviously in 1995, I was 22 years old, just starting to become an elite pro level cyclist. And I fell. I hit the deck. It was my mistake. All my dreams shattered, among other things, and had to build myself up mentally, spiritually, and physically to learn to walk again. And I guess one of the biggest things, I
Mm.
think I've told you even in the past, Sepple, back when we lived in Vancouver, when I was recovering in the hospital and in 1995, 96, and the internet was coming about, and I was seeing friends start families, start businesses, graduate from university, backpack Europe, go to
Mhm.
concerts, go to raves, walk amongst them, the town with no problems at all. I was suffering with a lot of pain, and wondering, what does my life have to offer, because I'm in a lot of pain, and I don't know if I'd ever walk very well again, or even travel the world, or even meet somebody significant. And I guess those all came about in due time, but I certainly worked hard to get myself out of the wheelchair. But it was also not just a physical application of getting myself out of the wheelchair and doing rehab and this and that, but I guess the mental turmoil that I had to fight, a lot of depression, to realize, well, if they're all getting girlfriends and wives and backpacking Europe and going to concerts and raves and walking about their life with no problem, with no physical injury, I'm going to have to deal with my own downfalls. And it was hard sometimes seeing all that friends go off to race the Tour de France they actually raced with. Was a hard feat, to accept. And when that was a dream of my own, that I would do literally everything anything possible to reach that level. And here I am in a wheelchair thinking that, gosh, what am I? So I just started living my my life day to day, and ride by ride. And fortunately, I guess the bicycle is really what I have to complement, as well as my best friend Brian Anderson, that I got on the bicycle. I started riding, getting fitness, and in not only my body, but my brain was starting to get fit. And I was able to carry on down the road by riding a lot, because riding bicycle is a seated sport. So I'm able to do that with my physical disability of fused ankles and arthritic pain. So I ride my bicycle. Seppel and I have ridden
Hmm.
around the UBC endowment lands one afternoon, and I ride better than I walk up and down the mall at Costco or something. And
Yeah.
you and I have been out for a beer
Yeah.
on Granville Island, and I give me 5 or 10 blocks. I'm okay for that matter, and then we'll hit a bar, and hopefully I can sit down. And my life has really, really, really changed because of
Mm,
my physical disability. And some days are good, some days
right.
are bad, but put the open road ahead of me and put me on 2 wheels, I can pretty much go anywhere I can, anywhere I want.
Wow. So biking is really kind of a mobility
Yeah,
saver and also a mental
yeah,
savior.
saving
Wow,
grace.
great. So how would someone contact you? You're
I
on
have my
Instagram, I assume. I
Instagram
think
is
you have.
Stephen Schnare, that's me, and then Facebook is the usual, and
Okay, Stephen Schnare with a. Could you spell that for us?
STEPHENSCHNARE at gmail.com,
Great.
and that's my Instagram
Okay.
as well. And I should be the only Stephen Schnare in Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Wow.
Well,
This is amazing to hear that story. I think that most people would be just obviously never experienced something like that.
yeah.
So very inspirational.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
Well, good talking to you, Supple.
Great.
You're
Stephen,
very welcome.
thank you. I'll I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
I'll talk to you.
Okay.